Well, welcome to 2021. I've asked y'all to get here because company's as y'all know, 4 years young, and we more than tripled in growth in 2020. We're about to go through what you call major momentum in a network marketing company. Now, this period can last, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And I see 7K lasting at least 8 to 10 years as it goes through major global expansion. And you know that we have an unlimited left team and an unlimited right team because you can only sponsor left and right. So let's get right with it. I've gone through momentum before. I've seen it happen. I'm seeing it happen again. I know exactly what it's like. And I built during momentum. And my group actually went from about 4,000 people to over 70,000 people in 3.5 years. And it wasn't because I put a lot of people in the business. It's because I did what I'm going to show you tonight. And that's all we talked about. That's all we did. People will learn their associate training, their other stuff. We basically are going to build like Wayne Clark built. Okay. Wayne got focused. He did all-out massive action. And that's what it requires on a smaller basis, but you get the same result. And that's what I'm going to show you tonight. And, either you believe it and you do it, or you don't. Your neighbor, your relatives, cousins, aunts, uncles, friends, they're going to end up in somebody else's business during momentum. If you don't talk to them, somebody else will. Somebody else is going to make that contact. And that's what happens on momentum. The person that you did not want to talk to, or were afraid or intimidated about talking to, they're going to end up in somebody else's business because everybody just jumps in during momentum. And so we got a head start, and it's time to make the business go. So let me just get right to the point. I'm going to share my screen, okay? And I'm going to use a piece of paper. And I've got it written out, but I was just kind of working with David on a PowerPoint. Hopefully I have it in a PowerPoint here, but this is a real simple thing. And this is for people already in the business and have been in the business, and for people who are just starting it. Basically, it's you just starting people, and people in the business. If you do the same thing, it's going to work with you too. And so all you do is keep everything simple. You do all the, inviting, piquing people's interest real quick, but I'm going to boil it down to even better than that. What you're going to do is learn another statement. If I can show you how you can take $500 and turn it into $1,000 in 8 weeks or so, without any risk, can I sit down and show it to you? Okay. Or if you really want to do it like I do it, if I can show you how you can take $500 and turn it into $3,000 in 8 weeks or less, with absolutely no risk of losing it, would you take 35 minutes for me to show you how? Okay. Well, you're going to show them the video, the shortest video you can. Sound Money video is great. You're going to put some silver in their hands, and then you can say, hey, look, you started for $500. You get in, that's 150 points. This company's 4 years old. It's proven. I mean, do you want to change your life? You're going to get out of 25 people, the top 25 people you know, this week, we're going to get one on your left and one on your right. And that is going to get you 150 points on each side, just like they said in that video. Then we're going to help those two out of their top 25 people get one on their left and one on their right. That gives you 450 points. Week one, you get a $250 check. This is just how it works. It's a proven fact. It's already worked for 4 years. And so either you want to change your life financially or you don't. You got to learn some of these statements that I'm going to give. Okay. Now, they're going to subtract 250 points off of each side, give you a half a check, but you're going to end up with a balance of 200 in each side. And that starts you off the next week. And then these 4 people, you are the leader. You don't depend on them, but you show them how. If they don't get their people real quick, you jump down and you help them with their 25. Because what you want to do is promulgate this out of their people and get one on their left and one on their right. That helps them become an associate too. And so now you, by getting them one on their left and one on their right, you're going to get a $500 check this next week, because you've gotten 4 new people in the team on the left, 4 new people in the team on the right. And this is kind of an easy concept to follow. 4 times 150, 600, comes up here, comes up here. That person made the $250 check just like you did the last week. Now you're going to add those 600 points, going to go into here and here, but you're going to lose some points here, but they carry over 300. That's just the way the system works, okay? No sense getting bogged down in detail. You got a $500 check. You already got all your money back. You got money ahead. You're only in week 2, okay? Now, we do the same thing. We jump down, and you are the leader here. The people who get there too, you don't have to worry about. The people who don't get there too, you got to leapfrog. Now, I know many people have heard me talk about leapfrog in a lot of the trainings that I've done in the past in the 4 years, but that's what I mean by leapfrog. The leader leads, and the leader jumps down and helps these people with their 25 people because they're not doing it. And you want to keep the progression up for at least 4 weeks, okay? That's the whole key. Now, you help them get there too. So these are the ones we're focusing in. Now, that's 1,200 points coming up that team. Well, 1,200 points added to the 0 makes 1,200. 1,200 points added to here. Now, hopefully, you have gotten one additional person of your own. And if you haven't, you've already heard a little bit about the business family pack. So it's time you get the business family pack yourself. Put your spouse in, put your son in, put your cousin in, put your neighbor in, put your brother in. But you're going to do that because you need one more on the left and one more on the right to have 2 personals. This is your first personal, and this is your first part. You need another one now. Okay, so now you're a copper and you've got $1,000 that week. Well, what do? We do this exact same thing with those people. We help those people. The people who get there too, you don't have to worry about, but you worry about their 2 people that they got. And you as the leader, and hopefully you've got a leader or 2 already in your team that's helping you, and you're joining forces and teaming up with the weak links to get there too. Well, when you get there to this whole next week working on that group, then you've got 16 times 150 is 2,400 coming up your team up here. And if you've got in that process, hopefully you're working on your second set of 25. your third set of 25 because you're a leader. Okay. And now you've got 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and you're bronze. Well, you've made in 4 weeks, you've made $2,000, $3,500, $3,750. This is what you show people. Well, look, what if it took you a month to do this? What are you doing in your life with $500 that's going to change your life? What if it took you 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? You telling me turning $500 into $3,750 in 4 months and your product is silver? I don't care what you think it's worth, what it isn't worth. It's working already for all these thousands of people already. And I want you to be on my team. That's why I'm talking to you. I want you to benefit like I'm benefiting for those that are already made any money at all with this company. And this is how you present this business. Pieces of paper just like this, one at a time, and you don't have to have a PowerPoint, you don't have to have that. Now, for those of you that are already in the business, and you know, if it's first quarter, second, third quarter, fourth quarter that you do that. See, time period doesn't matter, but you can do it those 4 weeks and days. So that's 7 days, you're a bronze, just like Wayne Clark was, a bronze in 1 week. Learn your stories. And then you use the old momentum chart. Look, we're going to get your 2. And if everybody's half as good as you, and they only average 1, the next week you got 4 on your team. Then you got, if they do the same thing the next week, you got 8. If you got 12 weeks, you got 4,000 people. But if it's 12 months, you got 4,000 people. That's 2,000 on the left, 2,000 on the right. And if they're buying that coin to stay active because they're making money, they can buy the coin out of the money they're making. Well, that's 2,000, that's 40,000 points coming up in a month. That's 10,000 points per week on average. You know, Bob Reid did this business part-time. He just got a couple of people on his left, older than him. A couple of people just joined him because he called it. On his right, he did part-time. He averaged $500 a week after the first year. But then that organization just doubled because he kept leapfrogging, helping people in the team see the vision. That's what we want to see, the vision. Now, those of you that heard about the Business Family Pack already have it. Now, I don't want to get you bogged down in something, but I want to show you. When you hear this, what they did is they went ahead and put their spouse in, or put their child in, or put their brother in, or their sister in, or their mom, or their dad, and they started with a Business Family Pack. And if you did that and did a $499 premium and a $199 and a $199 just to start, because see, these aren't your people who are building a business. This is for your family, for your future. These are rank up centers, but they got to be real people. Okay. And so now you sponsor your first one on the left, first one on the right, just like we did. But now you've got 2 actives here. And now your very first check, you're copper, because when you help them get their 2, they're an associate, you're a copper, you get $500 instead of that $250. And you get 4 leadership points. You get 2 here and 2 here. I'm going to tell you what leadership points are, because they're important if you are doing Business Family Packs. They're also important back in the other one, but I didn't want to confuse the issue. So we do exactly the same thing, and now you're going to get another $500 check, and you're going to carry over 100 points on each side, and they're going to use one of your leadership points to carry over those points. That's why the leadership points are important. But your bank has still got 3 of them in it. And you do the same thing the next week, helping those people get their people. And you got that $1,000 check because you're still a copper. And you still got 3 leadership points because you're only a copper. It can't take over points above your rank, except on one side, and they don't charge you a leadership point. That's pretty cool. But if you do get that other person, either that week, it would carry over and use a leadership point. But if it doesn't, what it's going to do is you're going to get your third and you're going to place them on the left and right. Now you're bronze, you're going to make that $2,000 check. And we now are on the road of building a large recurring business that, you know, you already have. How many people in your business on your left team and your right team? Let's count them up together. You got 20, 28, 29 plus your 30, your extra that you sponsored. And you got 30 people on your left side, 30 people on your right side. And if they're buying that coin, 20 points times 30 is 600. That's enough to get a $500 check just on the coins. Plus, as you help promulgate this business, you'll have a chance to build a recurring income for the rest of your life with this company. So what we want to do is learn some statements. What else are you doing in your life with $500? Come on, give it a shot. Give yourself a chance. You can't lose a ton of money. You can only win. The only way you can lose at this is not doing it with me. That's why I put you on my top 25. I want you to benefit like I'm benefiting, like we're going to benefit. And if you knew, it's like we're benefiting together. Let's do this. It's working for other people. It'll work for us. Just like it did with Colleen Lee and Pastor Sharon up in Montana. So I need you to learn some stories. I need you to learn Bruce Harris's story, the Idaho potato truck driver. I need you to learn Donna Nelson's story, who is a real estate agent who never made more than $65,000 in 1 year up in the northern Montana, about 35 miles from Canada, up in the mountains, had to drive 30 minutes down the mountain, down the highway, pull over on the side of the highway to get cell phone reception just to get on the corporate monthly Monday call and to actually try and do her business. And now she makes $2,000 every week, and all she does is buy her coins. That's pretty powerful. Now she could be making $7,000 every week because she's got that much volume. She's got all, Wayne Clark, Bob Reid, the Latins all on her left side. And on her right side, she's got Diane Graver, Colleen Lee, the new executive goals. All those are on her right side. But, she just buys her coins. She's making $100,000 a year, just living life to the fullest and no worries financially. This can work for us. I want you to do it with me. I want you to be a partner with me. I want you and I to be able to change our lives financially.